Hi, and welcome back. Coach Wendy here from White Birch Wellness, continuing with Build a Better Brain with the Power of Neuroplasticity, Part 2. In Part 1, we discussed the science behind neuroplasticity, but it's not just a scientific concept. It's your brain's way of telling you, hey, I'm ready for whatever you throw at me. Your brain is constantly listening to your habits, thoughts, and actions, and it's shaping itself to fit the life you live. The question is, what kind of life are you asking your brain to prepare for? Picture your brain as an artist standing before a blank canvas. Every new activity, no matter how small or unfamiliar, is like adding a fresh stroke of vibrant color. When you step into something new, like learning a new language or practicing gratitude, you're not just doing an activity, you're creating a masterpiece. These actions light up areas of your brain that may have been dormant, forming connections that you never thought possible. It's like discovering a hidden room in your house that was always there, just waiting to be unlocked. So, what's holding you back from exploring these new paths? Often it's the belief that we're too busy, or too old, or simply not capable. But those barriers aren't real. They're habits your brain has built over time. The beauty of neuroplasticity is that it gives you the power to dismantle those mental walls brick by brick and build something stronger in their place. Every time you challenge yourself to step into the unfamiliar, you're proving to your brain and to yourself that growth is possible. And with every new pathway you create, you're expanding your capacity to think, feel, and live in ways you never imagined. Your brain craves novelty. It thrives when you surprise it with something unexpected. This isn't about being perfect or mastering a skill on the first try. It's about showing up, trying, and letting your brain do what it does best: adapt. Each new activity is an investment, not just in your brain, but in the way you experience the world. Whether it's a small moment of mindfulness or the thrill of learning a language, these are the building blocks of a sharper mind, a more resilient spirit, and a fuller life. So let today be the start of something new. Take a step into the unknown. Challenge yourself to play, learn, move, and grow. The brain you'll have tomorrow depends on what you do today. Your masterpiece is waiting. Let's go create it. And just as it took time and repetition to create the neural pathways that support your current habits, it will take time and consistent effort to build new ones. Change doesn't happen overnight, but with patience and persistence, your brain will adapt and strengthen the pathways needed to support healthier, more empowering habits. Let's explore some of the things you can start doing today to reprogram your brain and start feeling more empowered over your life rather than being on autopilot. We will review several different techniques in this video. In the portal, we have a link tree you can access with YouTube videos explaining the techniques in more detail. First up is cross-lateral movements. These involve movements that cross the midline of the body, engaging in both hemispheres of the brain. Examples include examples include touching your left hand to your right knee and vice versa, or marching in place with alternating arm and leg movements. So how does this change your brain? These movements stimulate communication between the left and right hemispheres of the brain, strengthening coordination, motor skills, and the ability to process complex tasks, enhancing overall neural connectivity. Remember, there are how-to example videos in the portal. Now let's talk about EMDR. That's eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. This is a technique that they use in therapy that uses guided eye movements while recalling traumatic, distressing, or unhappy memories. Unfortunately, most of us have some unpleasant events from our past. And EMDR helps reprocess traumatic memories by creating new neural connections in the prefrontal cortex, reducing the emotional charge associated with the memory. It promotes better emotional regulation and cognitive flexibility. EMDR aligns with findings on neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. It helps regulate our nervous system's fight or flight response and strengthens the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for logical thinking and emotional regulation. Okay, ready to shake things up a bit? Let's try doing the opposite. Did you know that something as simple as brushing your teeth with your non dominant hand can help rewire your brain? Stepping out of your usual habits and doing things differently can actually make you smarter, more focused, and even more creative. Our brains are like muscles, they grow stronger when we challenge them. Doing tasks with your non dominant hand or breaking out of your regular routines forces your brain to adapt and rewire itself to learn and grow. Here are a few simple challenges to try. Brush your teeth or eat with your non dominant hand. It'll feel awkward at first, but that's the point. Draw or doodle with your non dominant hand. It's also a great workout for your brain. Switch your computer mouse to the other side and see how quickly your brain can adapt. You can also take a different route to work or to the store. When your brain has to navigate new surroundings, it activates areas responsible for spatial awareness and problem solving. So, why does this matter? It strengthens your memory. It helps keep your brain flexible and resilient as you age. Plus, it makes every day a little bit more fun and interesting. Start small, pick one activity a day, and you'll be surprised at how quickly you notice improvements in your focus, coordination, and even your mood. The magic happens outside your comfort zone. Tonight, when you brush your teeth, try switching hands. It might feel strange, but that's your brain rewiring itself. And that's pretty amazing. Okay, that brings us to tapping. Tapping is also known as emotional freedom techniques, EFT. This is a stress reduction method that involves lightly tapping specific points on the body while focusing on an emotional or physical concern. While its roots are associated with Eastern medicine, modern medicine research has validated its effectiveness in reducing stress, improving emotional regulation, and even alleviating physical symptoms. Today, tapping is widely used in Western medicine as an evidence based approach for mental and physical well being. Tapping helps deactivate the brain's amygdala. This is a part of the brain that processes emotions, particularly fear, anger, and pleasure, and plays a key role in emotional memory and the fight or flight response. By reducing fight or flight response and lowering cortisol levels, cortisol is the hormone responsible for our stress. This leads to a calmer, more regulated physiological state. Gentle tapping activates the body's relaxation system, promoting recovery and reducing tension. This shift away from stress supports overall balance and emotional calm. So, how does this rewire your brain, you might ask? By focusing on specific emotions or memories while tapping, the brain's neuroplasticity allows it to form new, healthier connections. Over time, this reduces the intensity of negative triggers and builds emotional resilience. Okay, how about if we clown around a little bit? Think about juggling. Have you ever tried it? Juggling requires motor skills that requires throwing and catching multiple objects in a coordinated rhythm. It enhances eye coordination, strengthens connections, and in the motor and visual areas of the brain, which supports faster communication between our neurons. We have a fun YouTube video in the portal teaching you how to juggle. So do you think you'll try it? And how about learning new skills? Here's another way to change your brain and challenge it. Learn a new skill. How about learning a new dance? Learn a new language? Or how about playing a musical instrument? These activities involve auditory, motor, and visual processing. Learning new skills can not only can be fun, it can create those new pathways between sensory and motor areas of the brain. It also improves memory, focus, and cognitive flexibility. Okay, we've come to the end of part 2, and thank you for joining us in Rewiring Your Brain, part 2. Go find part 3 for many more techniques to change that brain.